All right. How we doing, everyone? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know what's up in your lives. Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully life is treating you well. Anyways, we got Donghuang here for an MVP. Double S, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're just getting this Haya going in the mid lane. Real broken stuff. I have a new tier list at the very beginning of the video. Refer to that anytime. Real powerful stuff. Pretty good damage there on that Lubon. That seems normal. And check out these runes here. Until I get that aura anyways. Calamity here for 10. Half Reaver, half Hunt. Really good stuff. Eagle Eye here, looking good. And you can check out my Garo here, looking good as well. We got Garo in the lane. A little bit of Reaver, a little bit of Hunt. 7 Hunt, Eagle Eye. And she also has a Red Moon. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. She just totally gets clapped, and that kind of sucks. Try to pull the aggro, and then she just ate too much of the Lubon, but sometimes that happens. She's getting a test, getting a read on how much aggro they have. You can see it's a very devastating combo between the Lubon and the Liu Shan. That on its own right is a recipe for a win in the bot lane. Now obviously we won this match, and I did pull out an MVP. So I did hard carry steamroll with support. And see the Haya here going in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Perfect layup there on my 2 there to get that solidified and get them out. So really good zone and CC control, crowd control. Looking really good. Anyways, we're picking up that first tier 2 of the Shield of Redemption. So that gives you some nice 34 to 72 on the magic resist and the armor. So that provides an aura for everyone around you. Pretty useful stuff. If you stay together as a phalanx, that item is very beautiful. Try to grab that, stop that from happening. Try to pull this Lubon away in case he wants skill to provide Garo the opportunity here. She couldn't get it, so she just let it go and conceded the micro. So that's fair. At least we did some damage. Showed him we mean business. You're not just going to lie down, kill my Garo, and we're just going to concede and surrender. That is not the type of mentality to bring to the game. Make sure you bring the winning mindset to the game. You're aware of micro, macro. You did your homework. You have the right arcana, the right picks. Rule number 5, being a viable pick to the team. And do not concede. Again, when you're thinking about early, mid, late game, there is spikes attached to your build in terms of late game scaling or rebuttal counter build. So just because things are not going your way in the very beginning of the game does not mean that is the end result. So fight tooth or nail every game. We are champions. So let's be champions. Nice play there. Try to stop that Lubon from killing my Garo here before it was too late. Unfortunately, they had some numbers here to try to kill that. I throw my 2 out. Instantly set that up for...
I say either. You say either. Either.
Success. And Ark has to run away. That 2 is perfectly well done. I secured them getting out, and I laid up that second kill there. So a really good use of using the ult to lock down that damage dealer in the Lubon, and then getting that Liu Shan afterwards to punish him for being a little greedy in that specific instance of micro. So real good stuff. We pick up that Shield of Redemption here. So that'll be on your screen in the top right, so you can overview that. Get that eaten by your conscious, subconscious, so you know the right things to build. See this Lubon caught out here. Just go in there, clap him, go full aggro. Use our skills, cut him off. Try to get our 1 going so we can use those orbital spears around us to get that AP on contact, as well as heal up and stay topped off. Sustain is very important for getting that GPM. So the longer you can stay in lane, the longer you're going to get that gold, the longer you're going to get that XP. Donghuang is very good at that. whereas Liu Shan is pretty good at it, but I do find myself recalling quite a bit. Correction. Dunn tries to clap me, knowing that I'm going to try to get that dodgy here, and I can't do anything about it, so I just try to kite away. Nakaru comes there and kills that. It's really good stuff. Garo goes in there trying to punish that. You can see the Yin here looking to make play against that Liu Shan. Unfortunately, Luban was ready for that, totally sitting there waiting, and they couldn't do anything about it. So that's an unfortunate happenstance is what I'll call that. Either way, Garo is trying here to do some damage, but as you can see, the Luban is very powerful. Again, if you don't want to deal with that, just ban it. Now, if you're really good with it, then pick it. Right, she just hops away, teleports away. I notice it, so I start kiting over there. Kiting being movement in any direction. So get used to the terminology. I'll try to be consistent about that. Nakaru is looking for a play and appeal on that Liu Shan. Good stuff, but she conceded it. She's like, he's not coming in. We can't do anything. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to go back to farming up, seeing if I can pressure them somewhere else. Throw those balls out. Try to see if I can get a little bit of micro poke damage, and I instantly back up, knowing I'm going to get not as much heals because having 3 balls is the most heal potential out of your 1. So I don't want to be caught and not be able to sustain when I'm being hard focused is the point of that. You can see the enemy team is grouping up here. Garo might be in a little trouble. I'm trying to push that Haya up so that way she can get that turret and be easily able to rotate. Just kind of freeing her up in terms of being pressured. Garo gets clapped here, and we're too late. There was nothing she could do. They had a solid clap there under turret. Liu Shan is very good at that. You will see that in my Liu Shan analytical commentary. So if you're interested in playing like that with some heavy aggro under the turret, kind of being a bully, then watch that video. Haya tries to make a play. Liu Shan is just totally murdering them. Again, he is the little bully of the scene, so if you want to be the big bad bully, or the big bad wolf, in a sense, and analogically speaking, then Liu Shan is a good one. We have a top 1% Nakaruru here, so you can see that. It's got the mutation, got the stealth, got the eagle eye. Arc is also a good pickup, and you will see that one get banned a lot. It's pretty annoying. She ults and goes invisible for a duration of time and gets all her life back. And she's got pretty good burst. It's not hard to play. It's pretty easy assassin. I would say the Lamb or the Landling is more difficult than that. So you'll see that one banned more than those two simply for that reason, because it's a little easy and they're like, you need an easy assassin. No, we're going to take that away from you. We don't want to deal with that. Nakaru goes in for that play. Really good stuff. Gets that and gets out. There was a play happening against my Garo here, so I tried to prevent that from happening. Just trying to mitigate any micro as possible, setting my team up for success through any utility manner, whether it be my Shield of Redemption or my 2 setting down those balls, whether I can get that slowdown or the stun. That sets us up for kill potential, in addition to the fact that it does AP scaling, so we can get a little bit of damage there. Haya picks up that kill, so really good stuff there on that Luban. You can see Nako going up here, trying to split push. You'll see a lot of the junglers do that. Really good stuff. Kai's just picking up some of those jungles. You can see Nako doesn't care. He's just sharing the wealth. Again, don't be too greedy about all these minions. There's plenty of gold for everyone. Unless you're really hard carrying, then sure, why not pick up some more and solidify your lead. But just be careful, because some people might call that taxing and it might get unfriendly about it. So we're trying to mitigate that, prevent toxicity. Be good sports for short. Kaiser's looking for a play here while I just push this up. Trying to get a little gold myself just so I can get closer to that next tier 3. Looks like they're going for the Overlord here, and they have insufficient numbers, so they back up. In response to that, we try to push up that lane, get Arc away. Garo's looking to steal this Overlord here and stop that, but Lubon perfectly placed her skill there to stop that. You can see Haya going at it against this Liu Shan, getting Liu out of the fight. Unfortunately, they're grouping up around that for when she comes out, but we come in there, try to get them. Nakaruru gets out, and we get this Liu Shan. Pretty good stuff there. Just automatic wipe. Yup.
A Spartan is a symbol. Hope where there is none.
Get that ace, just kill everybody and keep everybody alive. So really good support, really good synergy, cohesive unit, teamwork for short. Again, I like to have a little bit more depth in my diction choices because that gives a better, clear picture of what's going on. It's not as simple as just teamwork. If you want a layman's terms it, sure, but there's a lot of competency going into the actions we choose to make in deliberate actions. So moving forward, try to think cohesiveness or synergy. Those are the real powerful, strong words that will get you evolving and thinking as a cohesive unit to win those games. Kind of stuck there, got a little greedy there trying to take that turret, and they're like, no, we're just going to come in there and delete. You can see Kaiser's getting aggressed here, and so is Haya. Haya just instantly goes into that, and Kaiser can't do anything about it, and we just got wiped out. Like, you're going to ace us, we're going to come in here and screw you up. They just straight murdered our team. Thankfully, Nako comes in and kills that Arc, so she was really being opportunistic and paying attention to that. Tries to kill that Daji and get some damage on that mid tier 3. And unfortunately, Daji has the lockdown, and you'll see that one get banned because she has absurd damage, and you can't really do anything. If she lands that 2 skill, you are CC locked for the duration of that skill's time. And with the rest of her skills, you can't do anything about it. Really high damage. She even built the Serpent Cobra thingy. So she gets the anti-lifesteal on my Garo with the Reaver and anyone else who has lifesteal. So unfortunate, but that's okay. We pick up that done right there. Going for this Liu Shan here. Pretty good slowdown utility on my 2 placement there, just flicking it out in the direction that I believe that their plateau is going to be at, the plateau being the end point, tracing out where their next actions are going to be, where their next kite direction is going to be. So just predetermining the pathing and cutting them off. That's tracing the plateau. So another perfect analogy, watch the Tracer movie. That will kind of connect the dots in your subconscious or your conscience to understand counterplay in terms of behavioral analysis. So just be deductive, think about what's happening, and react in a way that counters what they are doing. Rebuttal play for short. I see the Kaiser going in for a play, so I just zone them, push them back out. I don't want the Kaiser to get clapped or anything, and maybe I can also get a little bit of poke value there on my balls and then instantly back up to go right behind him so I can get those balls behind him because he's a real strong tank, so I don't have to worry too much about him being aggressed. If I have those balls, I can cover him and all should go well. Again, with the 3 balls, you're getting massive heal here. You can see that bar chunking, chunk every single time. Really good stuff. Pretty reliable cooldown. It's somewhere between 2 to 4 seconds depending on your build if you have cooldown reduction or not at the max level. So very reliable on the heals, and in that way, shape, or form, even if he has a Holy Grail, he is pretty comparable to Dao Chan. You'll notice the really good Dao Chans just don't die. Right, and the same thing is with Donghuang. He's a pretty superb soloist, playing as a support. So you'll see me play him in the top lane. If you need that, you can check my previous videos for that as well. I just go back. Garo's looking to play with this Kaiser here. Kaiser takes the brunt of that, perfectly tanks those hits, gets those damage taken stats. Garo picks up a kill on this Dodgy. Dodgy steps out for just a second, and you can see Garo just murder him. 1722 damage. Some very powerful hyper carry stuff. You can see she's getting focused here, and that little bit of lifesteal is making the difference here. And they couldn't even clap that. We rebutted that way too strong. So really good stuff there. Just focusing on her so you can see her do her job. A little spotlight there. Khalid, Marshmallow. Reference to the music. We just shut them down and win the game. So as you can see, it's very tooth or nail. People will make plays, and when you're on cooldown, then it kind of shifts to their side and then shifts back to our side.
Checkmate.
When we have cooldowns and ults up, and then when we have position of power around the team and they don't, fighting insufficient numbers, things like that. Those are conditions that you can take advantage of in terms of punishment reward. So with that being said, let's look at the build here. All these builds are looking good on the enemy side. I can't say they did anything wrong. It looks like perfect meta. On our side, still looks like perfect meta. So you can see those are the builds you want to play with these said champions. If you're into that, go ahead and try those builds. You shouldn't go wrong. Let's go to the next step here with the metrics and check out this damage. Take in the damage dealt, the total gold, the team fighting in general. Looks like our team fighting was really high, but on the other side it was pretty equal. Maybe we had just a tad bit more, and Kaiser had a little lower one again because he's pushing the map, securing that pressure on the lanes, pushing it up, and then coming back to us. So that's why it's a little bit lower. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. It just means he's taking time, being due diligent to secure the pressure on the lanes to buy us more time to pick our fights, like what I do with Lee Sin. So looking at the damage stats here, 20% on that Haya, 34% on the Garo. Really big damage number there with the 151,000. So pretty good stuff there. You can see they really did their job. Looking at the damage taken on the other side, you can see a 27% and a 34% on the Liu Shan and the Dun. So really high numbers there as well. They're really doing their job in terms of tanking for the team, giving their backline opportunity to fight. That's what we're looking for. So really good stuff there too. And then on the Liu Ban here, even on a losing matchup, she pulls out an MVP. 32% on the damage. She was really showcasing the power of Liu Ban. In terms of damage, she really is a weapon of mass destruction. It's very deadly, this Liu Ban. If you don't like it, just ban it. You will see it often. A lot of people do not like how much power it has. Its scaling is very high. She's kind of a mean pick in the bot lane. But the one thing I'll say about that is if you do see them pick a Liu Ban in response to that, you can pick a Consort U, and her 2 skill will deny all that AD damage and give you some opportunity. And every time she sets down, you can chuck your 1 skill out and shoot her with an arrow, and she's going to get punished in micro trade. And if she doesn't bring a Reaver or any lifesteal, you will whittle her down and also set up your jungle simultaneously for kill potential when she greeds. So with that being said, that's about it for the metrics there. Just going briefly to the objectives. Rule number 3, we got 8 turrets, they got 5. We got 1 Tyrant, they got 1 Tyrant. We got 1 Overlord, they got 2 Overlords. And that goes back to rule number 3 again. Why? Because in the rule number 3 specifically, it says take those turrets, and then in clause it says the objectives, the Tyrant, the Overlord, are supplemental to that. That's a bonus. The reality is if you have all those turrets and that map pressure, then you can make choices to get those objectives. But if you already have the map pressure, that is more powerful than having Tyrant Overlord, because you have control over your enemy and your enemy's position. So if you're pushed up, they don't have a choice. They have to send a babysitter. They have insufficient numbers. You can provoke and pick fights and go full aggro. You have an easier time. Controlling that map is extremely critical. So if you start losing it, don't worry. Just go take control of the map and then go back to your team. Especially in the late game where it's more team fight orientated and it's a team fight macro, then you want to be there. So just pick and choose when you want to be there and make critical plays. With that being said, guys, analyze, evolve, win. Check the tier list at the beginning of the video. That is brand new, updated. It is fresh. It has all the new champions they just put back into the game. And then check the description for the 5 rules. Refer to that anytime for ranked 5v5, and check those 3 steps to gaming success. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day or night. Till then, bye.